Back. So these drone sightings continue on. Our government's making it very awkward at this point, pretending not to know anything about why so many people are seeing these things in the sky. As they expand out of New Jersey, they're moving all over the country. In Ohio, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base shut down for an Air Force base was shut down for 4 hours because of drone activity. Today, Trump stated the very obvious. Of course, our government knows what's going on, and as usual, they're probably lying to us. Take a listen.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense.
Alejandro Mayorkas says there's nothing to worry about and there's nothing to see here on that, but that's the serial perjurer who claimed that the border was secure as well. So the question is, why are we not getting any answers from our government? Gordon Chang is an expert on China who has some theories about this. He joins me now along with New Jersey State Senator John Bramnick. And John, I'm going to start with you. Senator, the CEO of a company called Saxon Aerospace posted a video giving his take on this. His company builds military-grade drones. Here's a little bit of what he said.
I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that that thing was headed towards the United States. The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something. My belief is they're trying to smell something on the ground, gas leaks, radioactive material, whatever.
So that obviously got a lot of play. It was tweeted out by Joe Rogan. Nobody knows if this guy has any idea what he's talking about. But that theory, the problem is that the government's not telling us anything. And a theory like that makes sense. If the government was trying to find something dangerous, they would be out looking for it vigorously and not telling the American people what it is. So they're creating a vacuum of information and any kind of information because they're not giving us any answers. Senator, go ahead.
Why have we not heard from the Defense Department?
Yeah.
Homeland Security gets their information from the Defense Department. So it makes no sense to have a press conference with Homeland Security. Not only that, this is the biggest call by bipartisan elected officials in the history of the country. Have you ever seen a time where Schumer and Trump are on the same page? Christie and Governor Murphy, Democrats and Republicans, on the same page. What happened is this administration in Washington got themselves in a mess, and they don't know how to get out of it. So you get out of it by telling the truth. I called for a state of emergency, stop all drones going up into the sky. Why is the FAA continuing to allow drones? Are drones that important to our economy that they can't shut down the drones at this time? Makes no sense. Yeah. Give us the real information, and we'll shut up.
Gordon, you know, you're a China hawk. You think that a lot differently about this. Obviously, there's a lot of lines of reasoning saying, oh, there's something nuclear they're trying to find. It's very scary. You think this is a distraction, perhaps? Elaborate on what your theory is here.
Yeah, there are a couple theories here. Some people in the Air Force think that these are actually foreign drones, and the Air Force has been ordered to step down. Another thing is that terrorists want to absorb our attention someplace so they can strike us someplace else. And the third option is what John Ferguson in that video clip said. Yeah. Essentially, they're looking for nuclear material. And remember that there are these 2 radiation spikes in the New York metropolitan area, one in New York City and the other just across the Hudson in New Jersey. So there's possibility that someone has taken apart a nuke, smuggled it into the United States, and has reassembled it. And that Department of Homeland Security is now trying to scour every place. We don't know, Rob, and the point is the commander-in-chief needs to address the American people and say what he knows and what he doesn't know. We're adults. We can handle the truth.